in this world and things you kind of close yourself off to the world, and then you find that special love, and then your pieces fit together like a puzzle. Now I'm wide awake. But yeah, I guess I am writing a lot of songs about waking up.
We gotta say woke. We gotta say woke, my brother.
Yes, indeed.
Here's what I was thinking. First of all, I just got to say this before I even get it out there. I love Come Morning. Like, I love Wake Up, but like Come Morning has a bass line that just, it just does something to the, you know.
So we want.
Yes.
That's what we want, baby.
Yes. No, that's the one. I was like, I wish I knew someone to FaceTime with this song, because it was just, it was one of them like things that get in. So, I'm riding my bike and I feel like an actual like champion. And that's what prompted me for this question. When was your last feel like a champion moment? Like, you did it, you accomplished it.
Oh, when we were done shooting the video, the video for Wake Up, that was the last champion moment. Was we shot in the middle of the pandemic at the end of July. We shot in Boston, which meant that pretty much more than half of the crew had to travel to Boston.
Wow.
And in the middle of a pandemic. And
from where?
Well, people were traveling from New York, from Washington, D.C., from Baltimore, everybody moving to going to Boston. So that was a huge feat. Then having a crew of 16 people, lots of challenges, it was 100 degrees.
Oh, wow.
People are freaking out because, you got to every time you left the set, you had to have your temperature taken. You had to desanitize before you went back on set. It was a lot of challenges. It was a 2-day shoot. And when we wrapped the second day and it was 98 degrees that day, it was kind of like, oh shit, we actually pulled this joker off.
And you did all that.
I'm the man. We did it. I am the man, but I was the man that had a bunch of women standing next to me in order to make this happen though. So I felt like a champion because the teamwork really made it happen.
Yeah.
And you did all that in the gas mask. So that's amazing.
Oh, okay. Let me roll up my sleeves. This is you gonna be joking, baby. Let's go.
I'm like, wow, you did it well. But
it was hotish. It was really hot, Shas. It was hot.
But listen, hats off to you because I would never have known that. I mean, I would have passed out with just sliding it on my face. So hats off to you for that. But like, speaking of being hot, I'm in a closet. We all virtual and outside our normal settings because I have children at home. I have to escape in my closet.
I get it.
Because of that. Where do you go to escape?
It's not many places to escape these days. I'm a nomad, so usually traveling for me is my thing. I'm so lucky in my career, I've been so lucky to travel all over the world and make friends all over the world. So whenever I would feel restless, I just book a trip. If I didn't have a show, I'd book a trip and I just go see friends in Puerto Rico, friends in London, friends in LA.
I heard you say Costa Rica is your second home.
Oh, I love Costa Rica. I love Belize. I love. There's no place that I've been actually traveling that I don't really care for. At least you won't catch me saying it on camera.
Right. You better not.
Is that any of your city? Is that are you a native of any one of those places that you like?
No, I'm black from the U.S. And I am not a native from any of those places. I was born and raised in Philadelphia, and I grew up and went to high school in Maryland, and then I moved to New York, and I lived in New York for going on 16, 17 years.
And that's where you are now?
Yes, and
okay.
Off and on, I've stayed extended stays in other places, but New York has been my base.
Oh, okay.
But I think I got a better answer for you, Shas.
Yes.
For me, am I saying your name right, Shas?
Yeah,
right?
You got it. Listen, golden ticket to you.
I'm a cancer baby. I'm moving shit.
Oh Lord.
Raised by Aries mama though.
Oh, me too. Lord, I know.
So when you're a Cancer with an Aries mom, like you got to get over real fast because you'll take the beat down. I go to the water.
Okay.
When I need to get away, if I can't get on the airplane, I can't travel, I try to make it to the water. And usually the water has a way of kind of like bringing everything down for me, like making it cool.
Yeah.
You feel me, Dale? You're a Cancer too, right?
I'm a Cancer too. And you know, I love the water. I love the moon. That's my thing. You know, I love looking at the moon over water. You know, you know, that type of, you know, thinking as I hear you talking about bringing everything down. You know, I was looking at your wake up video. Now I looked at it a few times. The first time I couldn't go through it all the way because I saw, you know, when I started seeing the piece of the video where, you know, the victims of police brutality, you know, I didn't like now today when I looked at it, I did see the meaning of, you know, we got to run. And there wasn't anything that graphic, but I was afraid of it being graphic because, you know, I've just been so damaged by people sharing such graphic things on social media. But I do love how much you are using your platform and, you know, for the movement. What do you think about, you know, this verdict with Breonna? Not what do you think about it, but what is your solution to, you know, when we wake up, what should we do?
Yeah.
Okay. First, it starts with individual responsibility. This, in my opinion, I think Americans, especially, we become, we give up on ourselves. We don't take responsibility. No, actually, let me change that. I don't think that we have hope in the power of the individual. I think a lot of times we get caught in everything that happens on such a macro level that we forget how much power one person can make. You know, I've heard many stories tell. I've also been the recipient of and the person giving. Like, you know, when you say hello to someone that you can tell, or you do something kind for a complete stranger, you can tell that they've had a shit day. But one thing of saying hi or being kind or buying the person behind you a cup of coffee or whatever the case may be can affect change that can change that person's trajectory, and you have no idea what you have saved them from. So I use that same example when it comes to voting, that when it comes to individual responsibility, there's so many Americans that feel like their vote doesn't matter for a myriad of reasons, like the Electoral College and a whole bunch of other things that we don't have time for today, I'm sure, to talk about. But if one person goes and votes, if one person talks to neighbors, if the same way Black folks like us, I mean, I grew up where we had Sunday dinner. We actually ate dinner at the table all the time, you know, whole family. So let's just go with everybody's busy. Life is different now. You have Sunday dinner, where it's a soul food dinner, and you have your fellowship. So when that fellowship you have one Sunday, why don't we talk about politics? Why don't we talk about what's happening? Let's talk about what is your do you know your council people's name? Do you know the councilwoman, councilman? Do you know the police chief in your particular district? These things make a huge difference, because when you orient yourself with the people that make decisions in your immediate area, you inspire the people around you. So that it starts with your house. Then you get the 3 houses on either side, and then you have a community meeting. And the next thing you know, you have all of these people showing up talking about voting, and you talk about electing, you talk about town halls, and you have a movement. In 6 months to a year, you have a whole movement, a whole community of people that are educated, and not educated is a loaded word. People that are informed, rather, about what is going on around them. And it's not this ethereal thing that happens that you have no control or input over. You put these people in place. You should know them, and you should hold them accountable. But it starts with the individual.
Oh, I got to mic my thing because the kids are coming in.
That's okay.
So let me ask you, as an artist, you know,
Yeah.
people make a decision about the music they want to put out. I mean, you could be the, you know, the sexual healing plus a person who tells a message. And you have made a decision to, you know, everyone does a little balance of both. Why do you think it's important for artists to even speak of a message, especially when it comes to this time right now?
Well, number one, I think that I'm not a monolithic person. I'm a black man, and I enjoy to have drinks and party and stay out. I enjoy great sex. I enjoy dates. I enjoy, you know, but I also enjoy being moody and staying home. I enjoy serious things like talking about politics. So I have many facets to myself. And there's a position that art is a reflection of life. I am in fact, you know, my art is a reflection of who I am. And there could be an argument that all art is a form of activism. Whether I'm activating you to get on your bike and ride, I'm activating you to do a Zoom, you know, or FaceTime with your sweetheart and get freaky deaky, or whether I'm activating you to vote. I think that art, I've worked really hard, and sometimes it is to my detriment, because I've had people tell me that maybe this wasn't the smartest thing to do, or do a record like this and then put it out with such strong, hard imagery, meaning like there is no, you're not guessing around anything about this song or this video. It is straight to the point. And I've had some people that are well known say, maybe you might want to rethink that. But I am a true artist, and sometimes you got to pay a different way. And I think it's important for people to be moved. It's important for people to be inspired. It's important, Dell, that you felt like, you know what, it was a visceral response. Let me cut this off. I can't look at this right now. And then all the shit that got pulled up, where you were like, why can't I look at this? The United States is crazy. They're killing black people and police are getting off. Boom, I did my job.
Yeah, right. The impact of it.
That's why, Shas. That's why.
And you know what? I had to go back to it. You know, like it made me be like, I have to see what the end of it is. I can't just, you know, like I was just like, I can't do it right now. Shao, what were you gonna say? Because I
was just gonna say I love the impact of you posting videos like take your booty to the pole, like that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That right there was such a poignant point and moment of like messaging. I was like, yes, that's needed though. Like is the underline of the funny and the humor, and it has such a message that at the end of the day, we can't escape from. Let's be real. You know, that industry is a gazillion-dollar industry, and everybody from your pastor to your accountant to your granddaddy to your father is there. So put those messages out there. Shake your booty to this pole.
But you know what I have to say? I'm the original feminist. Excuse me, scratch that. I am a feminist because my mother was the original feminist.
Okay.
Raised by a black mom. I am for the switch around where you watching the exotic dancers get on the pole, that you have your idea of who they are and what they sound like. And then you had these sisters show up like the same way that black men have been relegated to their only form of entrepreneurship, like during the 80s and the 90s, was selling drugs. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to normalize that. We're just putting out facts. It's the same for women that don't have the same choices or the privilege that we have, that are in these urban centers or anywhere in particular, that don't have the same options. I feel that the women are doing the same thing as entrepreneurs. So when you see these women talking about take your booty to the pole and vote, and they're breaking it down about electoral college and, you know, what it takes to put a candidate in there, I'm here for it. I'm here because
me too.
We are more than one thing. We are more than 20 things. We are more than 1,000 things. Yeah. And I want everybody to see that, you know. I see myself in them. And it's important. That's what art is supposed to do.
It is. It's supposed to impact in however way you receive it. Agreed.
Russell, you also see those booties, and
I mean, I ain't going. I mean, there's a reason why I clicked on it in the first place.
And shared it.
Exactly.
You know, I was just listening to you talk about the movement, about using your, and I just was thinking to myself, Russell, why are all light-skinned people with nice hair so daggone militant? What is going on?
They say that. They say that. They do say that, don't they? And after hearing this my whole life, you're right. I'm not militant though. I mean, I went to William and Mary undergrad and it was like 6% black people at William and Mary when I went there. And then I went to NYU, I went to Christ College overseas at Cambridge. Like I was born and raised in Philadelphia, but I went to magnet schools and then I've been around nothing but white people. We are inter-raced in my family and everything. I love everyone, and I'm not militant. I do believe that we can all work together, but we can't work together if I stay quiet. We can't work together if I don't say, hey, you just stepped on my shoe. You ain't gonna be stepping on my shoe. Now it's up to you if I turn militant or if we talk it out. If I whip your ass or if we talk it out. So yeah, light-skinned people, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something funny that I did hear. So my family is from Virginia, and we recently traced that where the slave owners of my family on my mother's side were the Burr Wells, which were that family was a founding family of Virginia and one of the founding families of the United States. And in this conversation, when we found this out, it was a bunch of talk and we had a family reunion and talking to historians and all this stuff. And somebody told me that the reason why the light-skinned folks are so mad is because it's rage in our heart from being the result of the rapes and so forth. Now, I'll take that. It's serious. I'll take that. Yeah. But I think that we just got shit to prove because folks think because we light-skinned and curly hair that we weak or soft.
Right. That's
every light-skinned man say the same thing. Like, we are not soft. Guys,
well, I can be soft. I can be soft as hell. I cry at Disney movies. I can be soft, but you don't want to make me mad though, because that soft intensity and passion turns to something else.
So listen. So since you've been in this kind of not being able to be a nomad and now having to be in this quarantine-ish version of life now, I saw that they had you do like a diary for the Recording Academy, and you said something about you trying not to eat everything. How has that been going?
Not well. Boo, not well. See, the problem is that I know how to cook. So if I want something, I just cook it. If I want a cake, I can cook it from scratch. If I want cookies, I can cook it from scratch.
Listen, this is like your Tinder profile, but you like you can cook.
Right. I can speak.
He's educated.
You can sing.
Right. That's profile right here.
I promise you, I ain't trying to sell myself. I promise.
Wait, so we gotta ask you then, are you single? Are you what's the lady in your life like?
I am not made. Wait. Hold on. So when you just asked that question, Siri says, I don't know the answer to that question. I swear to God. No. I also know that I am not built to give what I need to give for something like that right now.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. A man that's about all this movement, all this blackness can't give out the love he needs to some deserving woman?
It has limitations. Now hold on. I know that. Let me rephrase. Let me say what I said again. I don't have the ability to give that level of commitment right now. Mm-hmm. Now, would you prefer that I play the game and get what I want and then roll? Or would you prefer that I tell the truth and say, I can't give that, but I can have special friends. I'm more like of a par more guy.
Yeah.
So and I know that about myself and my personality.
But that's good you're upfront with that, because listen, always. I would rather somebody say they're married to their work and, fully committed to doing that than, you know, poking in and poking out, you know, being the
Pun intended.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
pun intended. Okay.
What's so if you could have your dream collab, you know,
Oh,
who would that be with?
alive or dead?
Either.
You pick it because now you said it. Obviously, you've got some, you know. I would say let's answer that a two-part question. Let's say alive right now and
Okay.
then dead, you know.
Mhm.
Okay, so alive right now would be shit. I can't name someone alive right now.
He's like,
that I
I'm
would-
too
oh
good to be
no,
doing
I do.
collabs.
I got you. I got you. But it's not what you would. Well, I don't know what you ladies would think. It's a producer. It's
Okay.
not. It's not an artist.
Okay.
So I would like to collab with a producer named Rick Rubin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Rick,
Okay.
so Rick Rubin, I think that Rick Rubin, I followed him for years, and I think that he has this like sixth sense ability to go to an artist and pull out exactly what makes the artist special.
Mm.
And I would like to collab with him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now dead.
Dead is a tie.
Mm.
Two people, emphatically, hands down. Donny Hathaway
Okay.
and Nina Simone.
Oh,
Woo.
that would be an album. Wow.
Your style reminds me of like kind of Nina Simone-ish because of the you know, because of the conscious messages, you know. When I looked at your like whole page and I was on your side, and you do got some like, you know, even when I was looking at listen to like Wake Me Up, you know, it has even though it's like lighthearted and it's love, it still has a very African Afro beats kind of feel to it,
Yeah.
you know. Which I love, but you know, it's funny that you would mention her. Do you have a favorite Nina Simone song
It's more
that you can sing?
It's a Nina. Oh, that I can sing. Oh, sorry, my brain is doing flips. There's a song that she did that is not hers, but her performance at the jazz festival in Sweden. I forget the name of it now; it's escaping me. But she did a live performance of Memories.
Oh, okay.
And at the end, like everybody knows Nina Kim, she went out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people say bipolar, whatever. I don't know. All I know, maybe I feel like she was talking to God or something when she would go to those places where she was performing.
Absolutely.
And at the end, it was just like 10 minutes of her just freestyling. And that was freedom to me. Like, she didn't care what it sounded like, but like, I know I was pulled in the first time I heard it. Now, I can't particularly sing that song because, you know, I don't even remember how the beginning goes, but I remember the end of how free she was. But one of the other songs that I love that she did during that performance was that I love you, Porgy. Don't let him handle me. No, don't let him handle me or drive me mad. I want to stay here with you forever. I know that you're my man. It's from Porgy and Bess from Broadway. It was a Gershwin tune, and I'm probably saying it in different keys all over the place. But what attracts me most about Nina is the fact that she could be free and communicate exactly what she meant in her performances. What I like about Donny was that whether it was intentional or not, even a hum was so rich that you didn't have a choice but to like
be drawn in.
You can taste it in your mouth type, you know?
Yeah.
And that type of command of your art, one day before I die and leave this earth, I hope that I am able to get to that place.
You will. So let me ask you about, like, you mentioned Donny and Nina in terms of artists that you are influenced by. How do you draw inspiration when you're writing a song?
It depends. I take it from all different ways. Sometimes I may hear a song that triggers a melody. Sometimes I watch something or I'll read something. I see a little kid on the train. That's what I have a song named Superman. I saw a little boy playing basketball in Harlem on the east side, and it just triggered it. It triggered me writing it. It comes from all different spaces. I find my more personal records are because I spend the time by myself, and it comes from me writing down like the instantly, like stream of consciousness, the things that I'm thinking or feeling. But it comes from all different ways. It isn't one particular way that I like to work.
Well, that's good that you can connect to like certain things that you can see around you. Are you like someone who has to keep a notepad around, or are you like talking in your phone, or how do you keep it in your mind?
I do. I don't keep a notepad, but I'll either sing it in the phone or I'll put it in my notes. Yeah.
Okay. Because you don't want to lose that inspiration. It's like right there in the top of your mind. You're like, all right, let me focus on that. You know, and it made me think about, we were talking about Porgy and Bess, and made me think about movies. If you could play any character in the world, who would it be and why?
And you know we're gonna have you act it out. That's just
let's see, any character.
What's your favorite movie? Then we can go from there. Maybe
okay, got you. So my favorite movie is The Color Purple.
Okay.
I'm so glad.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What?
You know why? Because
it's mine. So
being a little kid, a really young kid, and watching this cast of nothing but Black folks, and seeing some of my family stories in the movie, it just hit home for me.
It did.
And it just, I don't know, it just hit home for me. Now, the character that I would play from Color Purple is actually a appropriation. I would like to be the male Suge Avery.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I can see a remake
Mom,
of that.
I was married now, Mom. I was married now.
I can see that.
I like the idea.
So you know what? That could be a good inspiration for your next video.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, directed by Shas Hayes.
Okay, here we go. Where are you ladies from?
I'm really from DC, Maryland area, PG County.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in New Jersey.
Both of you guys are in DC, DMV area.
Dell's in LA.
No, I'm in LA.
LA? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're both, from the DC area. I'm originally from New Orleans, but we're both from
New
DC.
Orleans. Okay.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you got the single out. The video is amazing. That cover, is so striking. I saw that painting, that artwork, of it. That's, just so powerful. What's next for Russell Taylor? Like, where are we? What's on Russell Taylor's vision board?
I would like to. Well, okay. First answer is, shit if I know. This pandemic, that's my first answer.
Exactly.
But the long story is that I have been working on a screenplay, and I'm about halfway through my third edit of it.
Wow.
And I'm almost done an entire album. I think I have one more song left. I have another album already in the can that was going to be released in the midsummer of this year, but because of the pandemic, we just stopped.
Yeah.
And those are my long term. But I'm open to whatever opportunities come my way. I am invested in showing the world all the different types of people, that Black people that we have. And I'm interested specifically in Black people, American Black people, because there's so many stories that need to be told. And however that happens, whether it's in singing or radio or a book or film or all of the above, I'm invested in people hearing our stories, because I feel that the more people know us, the more difficult it'll be to do bad things to us.
Mm.
Because then you know who I am. You've seen
Mm-hmm.
me. I'm not just this guy that, you know, is selling drugs and shooting you. I am that, but I'm not just that.
I'm not just that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's amazing. And what parting, I guess it's not so much parting, but like, because then you're still gonna be out there sending your messages. But as far as artists, people who are on here, and I know we probably have a good audience of people who are artists, Dell's an artist, and when you, especially right now, the way the industry has halted, and as far as being creative and you know, putting your own stuff out there, what is your advice to people trying to get exposure to for their music?
Oh, I got a list. Number one, take nothing personally. People sometimes, I heard a story of an A&R maybe 2 years when I was in the game starting out. I was an intern at a label, and the A&R told me, listen, sometimes there was a song that I was arguing with my boyfriend. I had a nasty ass sandwich that I did not like. I was listening to the song and I hated the song. And 2 weeks later, a different person played it for me at a totally different mindset I was in, and I loved it. And they brought it up to me, and I was like, oh shit, I did hear the song and I hated it then. So for those reasons, you cannot take things personally, and it's really hard to do because what you make is part of who you are.
Absolutely.
And then you can't be discouraged, because what if that person who she told, I hate that song, it's garbage, don't bring it back to me. What if that person didn't keep at it and bring it back 2 weeks later? So you have to be persistent, and it helps to not take it personally and to be persistent when you do create something that you really believe in, which means you have to be the quality control. Is it the best thing that you can put out? Is it the best light? And that's not to be confused with constantly beating up on yourself. You get OCD and it's never right. Not that. But you got to feel great about it before anybody else can. So I'll keep it at 3 because I can talk for an hour about
That's
advice.
awesome though. But that's good. That's great advice. That is awesome advice, because a lot of people kind of get stuck in their own way about, you know, which way to navigate when it comes down to that. So that's great. We'll make sure we share that with all our millions of viewers, because we have millions.
Please.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
My absolute pleasure. You ladies are a lot of fun. Thank you for respecting me enough to even listen to my stuff before we talk. Some people don't even do that. So thank you.
Really? No, I enjoyed it so much.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
I'll come back and play anytime. Just let me.
And I can't wait to come see you in person, because like I said, that one video where you were sitting down looking like you were just like in the zone, just belting out, I was just like, oh my God, it's like he's not even singing. It's like it's just coming out his nose. It was just
thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Literally. So I just can't wait to come see you in person. So hopefully
I appreciate it. Please have your fans reach out to me at rsoulstar on Instagram and Twitter, and then the wake up video and a bunch of my videos. I got to dance with somebody. I covered Whitney Houston's Dance with Somebody.
Oh, wow.
All of that stuff is out there. Please, everybody, take a look. Follow me on Instagram and other social media. It's always me, and talk to me. Let me know what you think.
That's awesome. And we'll make sure we repost this. It'll be on our page, and we'll make sure we put your information on there as well.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you so much. Look, right there.
Thank you for having me.
Take care. God bless you.
Right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Guys, thank you so much. That was our interview with Russell Taylor. You got to make sure you check him out at rsoulstar on IG and Twitter. Check out his music on YouTube. And of course, make sure you follow us on IG. We're on IG every Monday at Up Late TV show, doing the Up Late update, and it is lit. And we're on, we put them all on our YouTube and our Facebook, so please find us everywhere and subscribe. Thank you guys so much.
That's right. Thank you. Y'all have a good evening. You never know who we might be interviewing, so make sure you
actually, we are going to be interviewing Alex Harris.
That's right.
Next Tuesday. So make sure you come back and follow us and stay tuned. Thank you guys so much.
Have a good night.